Ah, there we go. Sorry about that, just putting this up on Twitter as well. Okay. So that's been posted on Twitter. Alright. Can you guys hear me alright? Wait, can you hear me alright over the game? I mean, not that there's much in the way of sound at the moment, but... Well, I suppose we'll find out for sure once we actually get started. Okay. We're going to skip the tutorial. Customize difficulty. Enable enhanced exploration. Yes. Okay, sweet. Enable percentage awakening gauge. You know what? That's fair. Well, I mean, if need be, I can always fiddle around with the volume later if I need to. Let's do it on casual to start with, at least for the early game. Just make sure I've got the right settings turned on. Yes, I do. Okay. Here we go. Let's do this. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be upgrading my tech priests because, well, when you start the game off, you basically don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, so you have to upgrade your tech priests to make them a little bit more capable. I'm going to give 2 upgrades to Mechanicus here. Oops. Where's Jeremiah? There he is. You always want to at least try to get an engine seer to start with. Because your engine seer is basically your medic. So you want to have spec out an engine seer as quickly as possible. Hello! Oh wow, there's a lot of people coming in. Holy shit. Alright. So we got 2 tech priests to start with. One's only at rank 2, the other's at rank 3. But this one's being set up as a engine CS, which is something that which is going to be an absolute godsend later down the line. Oh, we're going to get an OMMNISIAH axe and a curator claw out of that one, or we can get an Omnispecs and the Phosphor Serpenta, which is basically just a more powerful Phosphor Blast pistol. I'm going to go with this one, the Winds of Change mission to start with. Not too bad. Not too bad. Actually, how is everybody else doing in here? Alright, let's get started. I called you here, Lector Dogmatus Videx, because of your knowledge of spiritual matters, and the cult Mechanicus will be crucial in dealing with any moral threats on Silver Tenebris. I have 543,021 works of scripture stored for rapid context topical retrieval. There is no obstacle beyond my capacity to counsel you on. I would say that's dedication, but then again, this is... I wouldn't say that that's dedication there, Videx, but then again, this is the Mechanicus. You are a member of the Mechanicus. Unnecessary use of cogitative power. Wow! Scavola, you've got no chill. The Xenos tomb is revealed to us as a great hungry maw that seeks to consume our very purity. Blasphemy reeks from every corner of the tomb of Agrelek. Most poetic, Lector Dogmatus. Your thoughts on how to proceed? I shall take my cues from the writings of Archmagos Hieroticus. Yeah, Hieroticus. Let the stench of corruption be swept aside by the sweet winds of fate. One of my censor servitors will cleanse the spiritual corruption with blessed incense. Then deploy one immediately. My thoughts exactly, Magos. With your assistance, the OMMNISIAH's work shall be done. Oh no, Videx here is big on, you know, stamping out the corruption of the Xenos. So, yeah, no, I wouldn't say that that's really too soon. Censor Servitor is deployed to the Tomb Endress, Magos. I'm ready to send it on its way. Hold Subdomina. The Censor Servitor is a delicate piece of machinery. It is ill-suited to hostile territory. Avalorinians 591. Fragile indeed are the tools of the righteous. It must be escorted on its sacred duty. Don't be ridiculous. Every step we take in the tomb risks the lives of our personnel. If the spiritual of the integrity of the mission that truly is at stake, Subdomina Kepra, it is worth the risk. And I assure you it most definitely is. I've already sent a team ahead. I foresaw your emotional connection to your troops, Kepra. If you are ever to be a Dominus, I must show you how to command. My gratitude, Magos. The Xenos corruption will destroy us as surely as the guns of the enemy. Very well. His will be done. Right, so this is the tomb complex. Now, our objective is up there, indicated by the golden diamond, but in order to get to it, we're going to have to navigate through all these chambers. Of course, each of these gives us an option on how to proceed. Shut this down before the enemy are attracted to the din, but take care not to damage the machine. Let's scrutinize it. And yep, that was actually the right decision, because we just got 2 cognition points, which are going to be extremely important later down the line. I'm actually going to check down some of these side paths. Who knows what blasphemous notions they had about the stars. Let's take interest in that. Pick captures are made of the star maps and uploaded to the cogitators on the Cestus Metallican for study. Aha! Another 2 cognition points. Fantastic. You want to explore as much as you can, but yeah, that's a problem. The more we explore, the more that the awakening meter rises, so we have to be very careful. The noisome miasma or fumes from the Xenos machinery in this area is masking the servitor's sacred incense. Oh, sweet. More Blackstone. Okay. Okay. So, let's go up the side chamber here. This is non-standard behavior and speaks ill of the menials whose task was to maintain this machine. Maxims of Amalanth 512. Beware the deviance of thine own tools, for the enemy finds its entrance thereby. Let's examine. Ooh! Okay, we got an arc rifle. Sweet. Unfortunately, well, that's a problem. Necron initiative increased, which basically means that in the next combat, when we get to that final area, which is possibly where the combat section is, the Necrons are gonna for the first round are gonna get the first attack. Are gonna get the first opportunities to move. So that could be a problem. Damn it. Well, we've searched everywhere in this chamber. I do want in this place, except for there. Although I don't want to run the risk of putting up the awakening level any higher. So we're just going to go straight for the combat for the final chamber. Because when we come out of this mission and that tally that we've got on the Tomb Awakening already is gonna be added to the global awakening meter. And that is a Necron warrior. They're the base form. The Necron warriors are the basic war forms of the Necron race. As indicated by Captrix here, Hermeticon Captrix, they are armed with Gorse weaponry, which is extremely potent. Approach with caution. You don't say. Wounds that would instantly kill a Skitarii are the equivalent to a C-class graze to Necrons, and yeah, because we got that Necron plus initiative thing at the start, these guys basically get a free move against us. Okay. So with that in mind, let's deploy a couple of servitors. I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you, Silver. Alright. We'll move the servitor all the way up to here, and we're going to actually have him attack this, because if we can destroy that terminal, that's going to actually set back the awakening meter by a little bit. Okay, let's have him scan that, because we're going to scan the if we scan the terminal and then destroy it, we'll get the Blackstone out of it, and then I can still destroy it to set back the progress. Okay, that's a problem. He's actually he's got 1 point of physical resistance, which means that my power axes aren't going to be quite as effective against that guy. Luckily, we do have some energy both of my tech priests are fitted with energy weapons, so I can still... Ooh, nice! Yeah, I can still do a decent amount of damage to this guy. There we go. Now you notice he's not actually dead. Not entirely. We've put that Necron warrior into a shutdown state. Now what that basically means is that we've got a limited number of turns to destroy his body, otherwise he'll get back up again. Hey again. Alright, let's attack this guy. Yeah, see, his physical armor has actually reduced the damage that I would have inflicted on him. But that's okay. Because now he's actually in a spot where if he moves, my tech priest that's standing in front of him is going to get an attack of opportunity against him. Yeah, with the Necrons, you generally want to batter them down. Oh, crap. I don't know if you just saw that in the top right corner, but one of the sarcophagus opened and spawned another warrior. That could be problematic. Because now we've got to kill that guy as well. Okay, we'll have the servitor move back here to basically act as bait. And you can destroy that terminal, which will reduce the awakening meter slightly. Now, do I move the other servitor back to act as bait as well, or do I take the charm? No, actually. Because you... Oh no, you can't because I use your attack on the terminal. Crap. Okay. Actually, yeah, we'll move you back here. Because those two can act as bait. Because the good thing with a servitor is that if he gets shot like that, I get a free cognition point for it. Now, cognition points you use for attacks, so getting a free cognition point out of that is a godsend. Pretty much, and also, ow! And that right there is why you want an engine seer as early as possible, because the Necron weapons at this early stage of the game can do a lot of damage. So you want to get an engine seer as early as you possibly can. But as you saw just then, that warrior, when he tried to make a move, Mechanicus there got a free attack of opportunity against them. Yeah, shoot that guy. So he's going to go down. But again, he's not dead, as you can see. He's not actually dead, he's just shut down. So we need to kill him. I need to put him down as well as his buddy here before they can reanimate. Otherwise they'll just get back up again and then continue fighting. And then I have to kill them, I have to batter them down a second time. Yeah, that's a waste of a cognition point to batter him down, but, well, far better that I take both of them out and reduce the number of guns firing back at me than let that guy continue to run amok. Now, thankfully, they can't reanimate an infinite number of times. They only get to reanimate once, and then the next time you reduce them to 0 health, they just die. Or if you can score a critical hit, if you can score a kill with a crit, they'll just be destroyed instantly. Then they don't get the option of actually reanimating. Okay. Yeah, this guy's probably gonna die, but far better I let him get killed than either of my tech priests. Because if all of your tech priests die on a mission, it's mission failure. So I'd rather let him get killed. I'd rather let the servitor die than any of my tech priests. And we're going to use the skull to scan him. And see, that one has actually got slight resistance to energy weapons. So the phosphor blast pistols won't do quite as much damage to him. I mean, not that the phosphor blast pistol does a lot of damage anyways. Yeah, not that the phosphor blast pistol does a huge amount of damage as it is, but, well... Oh, you're kidding, it could have done... Bloody typical. Power Axe can do 4 to 5 damage against that, guys. Power Axe would have done between 4 to 5 possible damage, so of course it only does 4. Alright. Well, we'll get Mechanicus to scan this terminal while he's over here, because, I mean, that will give us some more Blackstone. Blackstone, by the way, is what you use to get upgrades. And also... call in more powerful troop units, which we will unlock later. Okay, I'm gonna have to waste the power axe hit to destroy that, but that's fine. So yeah, there we've just used it to 2 again, but of course, as soon as it rolls back around and finishes the round, yep, back up to 3. What's he gonna... Well, it's actually still might. I still get an opportunity to kill this guy with my servitor. But, well, the servitor does 1 to 2 damage. I'm not expecting this to... Oh, never mind. I don't usually get that lucky with the servitors at this early stage. So, that was quite lucky. But that's the first combat section done. That's the first mission done. They do get harder. Lotus. I trust you will continue to consider the alien with the hatred and disdain they deserve, Magos. As we explore this world, remember the words of binary hierarchy. Yes, Monarch. Huh. That's strange. It's fine now, though, right? Huh. That's bizarre. Weird. I'll have to bear that in mind for the future. Thanks for pointing that out, though, because that could be troublesome later down the line. So thanks for actually pointing that out. Omniscient Axe. 2 to 4 physical damage, but the machine spirit ability immobilizes the target. Yeah, that's odd. I don't quite understand why it did that, but again, thanks for pointing that out. Because that's something I'll have to take note of for later. let's take that. Oh, there we go. I don't know if I actually want to use the Omnisiah axe, because it... Machine Spirit immobilizes the target. Well, that could be useful on Mechanicus here. That would be more useful... Oh, hey, Kitty's here. No. But yeah, the Omnisiah axe could be more useful on Mechanicus, considering I'm going to be specializing him as an explorator, which is a melee focused, which is more melee focused. So, I can always try it. I can always try the Omnisiah axe and see how it goes, and if I need to, I can always swap it out. Besides, with the Explorer armor augmentations on Mechanicus, he should do one more. He should do additional damage with the Omnisiah axe, anyways. So it'll put it up to the same level as a standard power axe, or as the tier 1 power axe. Okay, Sanctus Cogitator, or Sanctus Canister, Skitari Ranger Alpha. I'm actually going to do this one first, before we do that other mission. Alright, let's go. I asked you on this mission because of your experience with surveying alien artifacts and organisms. And so the heretics of Stygius 8 can plunder this world for its secrets. Well, she is a Xenoride, so that does make sense. It would explain why Videx is so freaking hostile towards Scaevola. Your assertion equals false. If objection concerns offense, go to different mission. And leave you free to do as you will? A dereliction of logic, Scaevola. Macarian 16:4. Watch your brother, for his sin of heresy is thy sin of tolerance. Rare chance for discovery / intelligence on Xenos was not failed to exploit. The logic of your enthusiasm eludes me, Tech Inquisitor. My emotional cause return only peril to our mission personnel and the threat of the awakening Xenos. Well, at the risk of sounding like a heretic, Scaevola does make some very good arguments. Therefore, I am on this mission. My role equals gather intelligence, seek truth, return to human comprehension. Dictates of Mars. All. And how are you to go about that, Scaevola? Oh, you just missed the sins part being mentioned. You just missed that. I mean, not any specific sins, but they did. Videx did mention sin. You know, the sin of heresy is thy sin of tolerance. These are men and women, fellow devotees of the cult Mechanicus. Opportunity to study the effects of Necron tech on human flesh. Yeah, that's reassuring. So basically what Scaevola here wants me to do is to have my tech priest get shot at. Okay, let's do this one, because this should give us, yep, extra Blackstone and 2 cognition points. Bonus! Convince enthusiasm. Acquire at all costs. This one. Shame. Was anticipating commencement of dismantling, dissection, experimental dismemberment of captive Xenos construct. Interim conclusion reached. Necrons possess fail-safe internal teleporters activate upon destruction. Well, yeah, every time a Necron gets disabled, they phase out to get repaired elsewhere. I believe he could have concluded that without such risk to my tech free. Yeah, I'm with Fastidius on this one. That could have been something you could have figured out just by... Now, what did Zora do this time? Or Zora? Wait a minute. Is that supposed to be a Zelda reference? She picked up a cursed weapon. Oh no. I suppose now actually should be a good time to explain these. Nice. But I suppose now should be a good time to explain this. So these are Necron glyphs. Basically what I do with... Basically, what I do with the glyphs is that you have to pick from one of two random symbols, or two or more random symbols, and depending on which one you pick, they can either have positive or negative effects. These could be things from as simple as providing cognition points, blackstone, or even new equipment, which new war gear. To negative effects such as damaging your own tech priests or troops, or even causing you to lose cognition points, or raising the awakening level of the tomb, or giving the Necrons free initiative in the next combat encounter. So, place your votes, everyone. Top or bottom? Top symbol or bottom symbol? Nice. Also, to everyone in the stream, top symbol or bottom symbol? Pick one. Am I actually still coming through? Oh yeah, I am, okay. But yeah, top symbol or bottom symbol, guys? I'm gonna leave this one up to you guys. If you don't pick soon, I'm gonna have to pick one for I'm gonna have to pick it myself and hope for the best. I'll just pick one. Ah, oh, crap, I picked the wrong one. Necron combat tactics, weaponry capabilities illuminated. Study required. Salvage what gear you can from the dead. Alright, head to the final chamber. Let's do this. And as you can see, as the Necron alert level goes up in the tomb, different things can happen. In this particular instance, now that we're at alert level 3, these guys will reanimate 1 turn faster than normal, because normally it takes them 3 turns to reanimate. Yeah. There's only 1 to start with. I know this game well enough to know that that's a trick. That is an obvious trap. Alright, let's have Jeremiah go over and grab that, scan that terminal for the Blackstone. Do I want to waste his attacks on the terminal, or do I save his attacks for when... Or do I save the cognition points for the warrior? I don't actually know what to do here. Well, then again, the servitors are probably going to be the first ones that Necron warrior is going to be able to attack anyways, and if they get shot at, I'll get cognition points for it, so, yeah, screw it. Yeah, the servitors are likely the first ones to get shot at by the warrior, which I'm fine with. Again, far better that the servitors get shot at than my tech priests. Because at this early stage of the game, I can't really afford to let the tech priests take too much damage. So far better that the Necron spends his time trying to kill them rather than my tech priests. Alright, we're going to scan that for one of the cognition points. Those do refresh, by the way. Those do refresh their cognition points at the end of every round, so... If you don't gather them all, or if you do harvest all of the cognition points, you do get them back. Thankfully. Let's not summon any more servitors for the moment. Right. Speaking of servitors, I'm not expecting these 2 servitors to survive long enough to get into melee range, but that's kind of what I'm counting on. The servitors I can easily sacrifice. I don't care about losing them. Wait, does the Omniscient Axe not cost cognition points to use? Oh my god, it actually doesn't. The Omniscient Axe doesn't actually cost cognition points to use. That seems a bit broken. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna look something up. Give me a moment. I'm actually checking that because that doesn't seem right. No, they don't. The Omniscient Axe doesn't actually cost a cognition point to use. But does that apply to all of them, though? Does that apply to every variation of the Omniscient Axe? That's what I want to know. Because if that's the case, well, that seems like a no-brainer to use, at least in the early game, because that's basically a free attack. I mean, yeah, sure, it doesn't do quite as much damage as a regular power axe, but the fact that it doesn't cost anything to use, yeah, that just seems like a complete no-brainer. Unless there's something I'm actually missing here, which is entirely possible. It is entirely possible that I'm actually missing something here. Which wouldn't be the first time. But yeah, certainly in the early stages, I'll have them use the Omniscient Axe in the early stages because you don't get that many cognition points in the early stages of the game. So if anything I can do to save cognition points is an absolute godsend. I wonder if that applies to the higher level Omniscient Axes as well. Because if that's the case, then Mechanicus could make better use out of that than anybody else can. Gain one slot for additional slot for deployment. Well, that's going to give me an alternative troop type, so I'm actually going to go for that one first. Progress in the two makes it possible for us to install a system of vox casters in the structure. And what would that achieve? Lingua Technis prayers could be transmitted to the very heart of the Necron's resting place. Our troops would go everywhere bathed in the sacred binary of the OMMNISIAH. Sayings of the Princeps 65:4. When thou desirest to discourse purely use binary. A novel concept like the dogma. God, even Faustinius is questioning the logic behind that. You know the logic of something doesn't make a lot of sense when even the Archmagos Dominus is questioning it. One in possession of unaugmented emotional centers cannot appreciate the benefit of this operation. Gaflamorians 45:7. Above bullets, above blades, care for your soul above all. Your concerns are noted, Kepra, but you have your orders. Well, what is logic in this universe, really? Yeah! That's a fair point. Enter the chamber to find the source. That's the only positive one that I can see there. Or potentially positive. Aha! Okay, so the two objectives are right in between in that central chamber there, so I'm actually going to take this path. Damn it. That was a bad decision. We've just given the Necrons initiative on the next combat encounter. Bugger. Okay, defile the altar. Oh! Become the priority target of enemies in range and gain +1 physical armor and energy armor for 1 round. Interesting. I don't really see the tactical benefit in that, but well, then again, the physical and energy armor is not a bad little thing. Survive 3 rounds, okay. Shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, we've got 2 Necron warriors to contend with so far. Oh, I knew that was coming. Alright, hit this guy with a phosphor blast pistol. Oh wow, actually still managed to do damage to him. Well, considering the fact that the OMMNISIAH axe doesn't cost a cognition point to use, I can just run up and whack this guy in the face. I could spend the extra cognition point to move forward and whack him in the face. God, if I had known about this thing with the OMMNISIAH axe sooner, I would have been using this weapon long ago. These are definitely more useful in the early stages of the game, I can see. Rock'em sock'em robots! I can't believe I didn't actually think of it like that. My only concern is how many turns does it... Oh, it's only 1 turn. Okay. Yeah, that was what I was worried about. How many turns did I have to wait for the OMMNISIAH axe to come off cooldown, though? But it looks like it's only 1 turn, so that's alright. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. Oh, that ain't good. Is this a form of Necron in its infant state? No, that's a flayed one. That is a Necron flayed one. If you remember back to the very first part that we did, Ed, we actually encountered these things already. They're primarily melee focused Necrons. They don't actually have any ranged attacks, but they can close the gap very quickly in melee combat. They also, the flayed ones also have a nasty little trick that they'll unveil when you attack them, and I'll demonstrate it with Jeremiah here. But watch at his feet. See that? That little red indicator that's just popped up at his feet. That means that that flayed one is now entered in a rage state, and he's going to basically come barreling for. He's going to come as soon as it rolls around to his turn. He's going to come charging straight for Jeremiah and ignore everything else. So what I want to do is I want to actually have someone there to intercept him, which is a good thing. So it's a good thing I've got the servitor standing there. You now want to make a dumb joke? Oh, I need to hear this. Alright. We're going to move Mechanicus as far forward as we can to basically get this to run up and hit this guy. Oh, and there's a helicopter flying overhead. Alright. Hit this guy. So he's now been immobilized, but I want to put this guy down. Now the interesting thing about this thing for the flayed ones, and yep, there you go. See what happens when they get enraged? They can sprint. And bugger, I thought that was actually far. I thought he was far enough back. Yeah, in fact, more than you might think. The flayed ones actually have this. The flayed ones actually have this habit of when they actually kill people, they'll remove the skin of their victim and drape it over themselves. They'll drape the skin of their enemies over their metallic bodies as a form, essentially as a form of psychological warfare. Or presumably, nobody actually knows why the flayed ones actually do that, but presumably it's a form of psychological warfare. Because, you know, suddenly having one of these mechanical monstrosities wandering around with the skin of your best friend in next to you is a pretty goddamn terrifying sight. Pretty much. We're gonna bash that guy in the face. Okay, Mechanicus is actually fine over there because, well, he can take care of this guy. Oh, that guy's got no resistances. Alright. Well, we can take this guy out in one hit. So that shut him down. But again, he's not dead. But that's fine, because hopefully if I can... Okay, that didn't kill the flayed one, but... Flayed ones tend not to have a huge amount of health anyway, so that guy should be on low enough health that somebody else can walk over and kill him. I was honestly expecting the flayed one to do more damage than that. Especially to the servitor. I was half expecting him to do way more damage than that. Okay. Drop that guy. Alright, that's not the last combat section. We have one, or that's not the last objective area, mission objective area. We've got one more left, which is that one there. I don't know if this is going to be another combat section though. Oh no. Wait. Protect. Oh, okay. Oh shit, I didn't actually mean to do that. Alright. you'll notice that we incur a blackstone cost whenever our tech priests get injured. So for every time that our tech priests get injured, we have to spend blackstone to repair the damage. Do I upgrade Mechanicus, Jeremiah, or try to do both? I'm gonna try to do both, if I can. Let's get this one. Still one hit point at the end of the unit's turn. It's not really useful to the rest of the team, aside from, well, the Curator Claws. But we'll give them that anyway. I would like to get some Mechadendrite arms, because those will be useful. But, well, haven't actually unlocked those yet, which is a bit of a pain. Okay, macro stubber from that. Again, one additional slot for mission deployment, but that has a Necron. Yeah, actually, let's go for this one first. As you can see, though, summoning in the more unique other troop units aside from servitors costs Blackstone. So actually, we'll take one Ranger, Skitarii Ranger, and then and the rest will be servitors, because the servitors are free. Oh, Tech Inquisitor Scavola wants to study the anti-gravity technology used by Necron destroyers. Yeah, because that's not going to end well. Because that's not going to end poorly. Alright, we got a choice with the glyph, with this glyph, guys. Top or bottom? Actually, I'm seeing one that I think I've already done before, so I'm going to go for the bottom one. Okay. Alright, let's go for this. Let's go up here. Let's download. Alright. Okay. That way. Warfare. Yes. Alright, glyph. Let's try this one. Oh, sweet. Got some blackstone. Always useful. Okay, that helicopter's gonna bug the crap out of me. Oh, that's nice. Refractor field generator. That's going to be useful when we get a tech priest that we can specialize as a tech auxilium. Because the refractor field actually actually absorbs a certain amount of damage. So that's going to be exceptionally useful. Oh, there's actually only one mission chamber here. Or objective chamber. Okay. We'll go for this one. Yeah, reanimate 1 turn faster, that's fine. Dismiss. Alright, here we go. That is a Necron destroyer. The destroyer is a Necron war form that's basically special designed as a heavy weapons platform. Yeah, these things are heavy weapons platforms, as you can see by that heavy Gorse cannon that he's got mounted to his arm. Also, being built on an anti-grav chassis, these things are highly mobile too. So I have to be extremely careful when taking this thing on. Alright, first of all, let's figure out what this guy's weak to. If he has any weaknesses, that is. Okay, he doesn't have any vulnerabilities. That's actually surprising, because usually these things have at least one vulnerability. So that's... or one immunity, rather, or resistance. So that's actually highly beneficial. Okay, we've already done a fair bit of damage. Let's try to do some more. So that destroyer is now going to have to make a choice whether or not he wants to stay there or move. Because if he moves, Mechanicus there is going to get an attack of opportunity against him. So that guy's going to actually have to make a choice. Is he going to stay there and let me get a free hit in on him? Or is he going to move and hope that I don't kill him? And he's chosen to move. Gotcha! All right. Now we just need to kill the other warrior. Yeah, let's err on the side of caution and let's put this thing down before it gets back up again. I mean, the OMMNISIAH axe is a free attack anyway, so is a free attack, so I can just use that to hurt him. And oh, all right. Killed him in one shot. Seems legit. These missions are going to get harder. I mean, yeah, we are only playing this on casual difficulty, but still, the missions are going to get progressively harder as newer Necron warforms start becoming more prevalent. So we have to be incredibly careful. With these things. Ooh. Oh, yes. Okay, that's going to be useful. That mission's going to give us another tech priest, which we are going to need. You actually get, provided you get enough missions done, you get up to 6. You can get 6 tech priests in your team at a time. So we're going to actually want to do that mission at some point. Does he have an augment? No, he doesn't. But I can give him the Explorer one. See, this is what I like about this game. There's a lot of mixing and matching that you can do when it comes to your tech priest's equipment. You might be specializing them in a particular skill branch, but you don't have to give them the armor or the body augmentations of that specific skill tree. You can actually give them other ones. So there's actually a lot of mixing and matching that you can do, which I really like. I like that. I like that variation that you can have. I mean, once I actually get the tech priests upgraded sufficiently enough, you're going to start to see some very wild and wacky weapon and armor combinations coming out of these guys. How long have we been actually going for so far? Oh, an hour and 10 minutes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Ah! Damn it. I keep clicking the button too quickly to skip the dialogue. Some of these dialogues I might skip because I have seen them a couple times before. So I might end up skipping some of the dialogue at certain points. Examine the faces. You're probably starting to see why I've actually chosen to have the enhanced exploration on, because that gives me a little bit more agency as to what I can pick. Yeah, bug extermination. Ow! Damn it! That's problematic. There's only one combat section in this mission, but now that we've actually made that choice, as soon as we go to it, observation protocols. Okay, on the one hand, my tech priest took an injury, but on the other hand, well, that could have been better. Yeah, in this game, exploration is a bit of a double-edged sword, because some of the choices that you make can either have wholly positive benefits or wholly negative ones, or they could have a cross between a mixture of both. They can be both positive and negative. So you have to really be careful with the choices that you make. If I didn't have the enhanced exploration thing on, then I'd basically be going purely on luck, which sometimes in this game can actually be a detriment. Okay, let's go for that bottom one. After a while with the glyphs, with the Necron glyphs, after a while, if you pick a certain glyph a certain number of times, eventually... Ah, shit. That's not good. Yeah, if you pick the glyphs a certain number of times, that glyph gets highlighted later on. If it's a glyph of a positive effect, it gets highlighted green. If it's a glyph of a negative effect, it gets highlighted red. So basically, once you pick a certain glyph a certain number of times, you get a little bit more agency with the choices, and the glyphs don't boil down solely to luck. Okay, these things are a problem. Canoptic scarabs. Yeah, these things are a problem. Canoptic scarabs. These things are actually little repair units, but they also have an acid attack. They also have an attack which inflicts acid damage. And because we have initiative, or because we gave the Necrons initiative, these guys get the first move. Screenshot of the most perfect moment. Oh, I need to see this. Alright, there's the flayed one. Sure. Yeah, no, if you could DM it to me, that'd be great. I'm gonna leave the servitors there, so yeah, because I'd rather them get hurt by the scarabs and the tech priests. Unfortunately, that flayed one is getting uncomfortably close. Shit, it doesn't actually matter which direction I go if I choose to move that way, because either way, one of them's gonna... Well, actually, I'll move him here. Alright, hit this guy. Sweet! Alright, let's have a look. Oh my god, I literally only just noticed that now. Yeah, I'm missing out on the cognition point for killing him, but I've got a full cognition cognition meter anyways, and I'd rather ensure that that guy doesn't get back up again than leave him around to potentially get a cognition point. Okay, well, either one of those attacks is going to be a guaranteed kill. Okay, we've got to survive for another 3 rounds. Okay. Oh, there's a terminal here I can actually scan for Blackstone. Oh, I just noticed that terminal's actually shielded. It's shielded and it's got a little bit more health, which means it's going to take a little bit more to batter down to destroy it. Okay. Oh. Okay, that's a warrior and a flayed one. Alright. But those aren't the only Necrons, I know that, because I'm pretty sure one of the Necron types that we saw on Ur in the mission briefing was a Deathmark sniper. Which, if you remember from the very first part that I did of this, we've already actually encountered before. They're the teleporting snipers. We're actually killing that servitor rather than shooting at one of my tech priests. Most appreciated there, Mr. Warrior. Yeah, the servitor's probably going to die, but it's a... Because, I mean... Servitor dies, so I mean... It's not a loss that I'm going to be too concerned about. Yeah, I don't want to risk that guy getting back up again, so let's just put him down. We've got a full cognition meter, so it's not going to be too big of a detriment if we just kill him. And of course Jeremiah auto heal. It's back to Mechanicus, but I mean there's not, because there's no other enemies around, so let's just move him to a better position. I don't know where the next group of Necrons is going to come up from. Ah, crap, there they are. It's another flayed one and a warrior. Alright. Okay. Okay, the flayed one's moving forward first. The warrior... What's he going to do? Nothing, apparently. Oh, that's a spot of luck. I'm going to pull Jeremiah back to destroy that terminal because, well, I'm looking at the awakening meter and I don't want that to get to 5. Ah, you've got to be kidding me. Damn it. Come on, destroy it, please. Shit. Well, that was a complete bust. Okay. Bugger. Okay. Alright, that's fine. I can cope with that. Well, that guy's immobilized now, so there's nothing to stop me from running over and attacking this guy. Well, then again, once it rolls back around to my turn, I can just destroy the terminal on the next turn. Uh-oh. Oh, bollocks. Oh, that ain't good. But yeah, once it rolls back around to my turn, I can just destroy the that terminal using Jeremiah's axe. Yep, he's no longer immobilized because I just saw the blue effect, the sparking effect dissipate. Ow, that's not pleasant. Alright, that should destroy it. There we go. Okay, grab the cognition point. I don't know. Is it technically cheating that I'm using that the Omniscient Axe is basically a free attack? Is that technically cheating? Through pain I find wisdom. I mean, Adeptus Mechanicus in a nutshell. Right, so that guy's going to get a free movement opportunity now that he's alive, but that guy's only got one turn left before he reanimates, so let's put him down. And because we have the Machine Spirit being channeled through that Arc Scourge, that's a free attack. Well, that guy's going to need 3 turns to get back up anyway, so I can afford to leave him for the moment. Yeah, let's put the Servitor at the front, because if I put the Servitor in the front, yep, there he goes. He's now going to be the first target. And again, you can see why having the Servitors early on is a godsend. And I can spend the Cognition point to move him up, because again, that is the Omniscient Axe is a free attack. And he was the last one left standing, so objective complete. No more threats remaining. If you incapacitate all of the Necrons on the combat section, when the objective is to kill all of them, then that automatically finishes the combat section, because there's no Necrons left that can actually, you know, fight back. And completing that mission has rewarded us not only with a new troop type, but also an additional Tech Priest. Oh, and a few extra canticles. And it's also actually opened up some more mission opportunities. So now we can choose to do another mission for Kepra here, or we can continue doing the missions for these guys, or do some of these ones. And I've just actually noticed this one here gives an upgraded power axe. Okay. Ooh, actually, that one gives a Curator Mechadendrite, which is basically a free heal. For now, though, let's give some upgrades to this guy. I am going to be specializing him as a Dominus. So a Dominus is a pure ranged combatant. Okay, let's give him the arm augments first. Phosphor Blast Pistol as one weapon. The Arc Rifle as your second weapon. And we'll give him that. I'm not giving him any, giving Leandros here any melee weapons, because the Dominus skill tree actually has the final skill in the Dominus tree actually gives him bonuses if he doesn't have any melee weapons equipped. So he's actually Leandros here is actually gonna be stuck at the back. He's gonna be the range specialist. Does it seem like a dangerous move? Yeah, potentially. without any melee weapons, he doesn't actually have any means of defending himself if anybody gets close to him. But that's why I've got Jeremiah specializes in engines here or at the start, because then that way, well, I have someone to actually keep him alive. I am going to go for this mission, actually, for that Curator Mechadendrite, because that's basically a free heal. It's not much health, it's only 2 hit points, but that's still a useful piece of equipment to have. Although, how long have I actually been streaming for? Let me just check. About an hour and a half, okay. Let's actually save the game. I think for now, actually, I might call it quits here. Looking at the time, I've got things I need to take care of this evening. So, and plus, I might end up jumping jumping on the Discord and chatting with some of you guys if you guys are still in. So I might, for now, I might jump off of stream. But this is only, well, this is really only the beginning of this particular playthrough of Mechanicus. So, hope you guys had fun with this. I don't know when the next one will be, although given the fact that I'm back in lockdown again, but in COVID lockdown, the next episode could be relatively soon. So, tune in for that next one. As I've mentioned in the previous stream, the script for the next history lesson is still being written up. It's taking me a little bit longer than I was expecting it to, but that will be coming at a later date. So, thank you guys all for stopping by. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and take care, be kind to one another, and I'll see you all next time. Catch you later!